So, hey,
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Well, I guess we wanted to talk about Will Smith and the infamous slap heard around the world.
Yeah.
It was it was something. I think it was terrible. I think it was disgraceful.
hmm
I think at this point in time, since we're not doing it exactly when it happened, we see the repercussions.
hmm
He already resigned from the academy.
hmm
We Jada Pinkett actually say, unfortunately, I don't agree with that. We've
hmm
heard um, Chris Rock now say he might just sue his ass. Um, we're basically seeing the repercussions of it.
hmm
So before, people were actually even saying, "Hey, is this a hoax?
Right.
Is it real? Is it you know, a whole bunch of stuff?" And now it's obvious that yes, the shit is real. And it had negative consequences, and it's kind of bad in every
Yeah.
way, shape, and form.
Yeah.
So my thing was just I'm in support of defending women, period. You know, I just want it to be women that are worth it, women that haven't entangled. You know what I
Um,
mean?
so, do you feel like what he did was defensive? Like it was a defensive action?
I think it was a actual a buildup of frustration through all of the years that he's had to put up with Jada Pinkett Smith. Like I said, I do a joke, but I'll say it again. I think Tupac faked his death just to get away from Jada. You know what I'm saying? He I think everybody realized that Jada ain't worth a shit except for Will Smith.
Mm.
And if you just look at the history of videos and everything that she has put out there to emasculate him, make him feel bad, make him look like less of a man, it just seems, terrible that he would defend someone like that. Nobody is talking about not defending an honorable woman or a woman that is deserving of that. But you're talking about a woman who's with her kid's friend, literally,
hmm
and put it out there. That's who we're talking about defending here. And to me, yeah, you don't that's not who you defend.
So, in my opinion, I felt like it was more of a not necessarily like in his mind, I feel like he probably thought he may have been defending her, but at the same time, he was really saving face. He had to kind of shake some stuff off of him because of exactly what you were saying, everything that's been put out in the media, all the stuff that's been said and that's been going around, all of these, they're in the public eye. So everything that they do is scrutinized, is looked at, is somebody is trying to figure it out. So when the whole entanglement came up and they were saying they weren't together and they were saying they had an open marriage, it still Will still sit at that round table, red table, and cried. He still was hurt. He still was devastated. It still was something that didn't feel good for him. So to constantly have to go through all that stuff, and not only was it the red table talk, the young man put out a song. that was a hit. Okay, it was a hit. So it's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, bow, 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 bow. And then people are saying, well, Will's book tells his story about how he couldn't defend women in his past, and that was a part of his frustration, and that was a part of his buildup. And his mother said, you know, he's never reacted like that. And then Jada even came out and said she was upset that he responded that way and felt like he overreacted. But it's like he reacted based off of your reaction. Like, so if we go back and we think about, or we rewatch that clip in our minds and we see, you know, Chris tell a joke, the camera pans to the couple, everybody around them is laughing except for Jada. Jada is the only person not laughing. She makes a face that shows her disdain. Will is laughing. The camera pans back to Chris Rock. He says, what? It's just a G.I. Jane joke. And then he said, oh, you know, it wasn't that bad. And he keeps it moving. He keeps the show going. Next thing you know, Will is walking up and Chris stops. And he's standing there, you know, he doesn't flinch. He doesn't move. He doesn't know what's going on. Will hauls off and slaps the shit out of him. And Chris Rock, you know, came like he was getting ready to hit him and caught himself. A lot of people don't say that. A lot of people didn't even recognize that.
I'm so glad you said that.
Chris Rock literally cocked back and was coming up for Will. If you look at the clip again, you can see it plain as day. Like plain as day. Chris had so much restraint that he caught himself from making that moment worse. It was already a bad moment because that could have been handled completely different. A lot of people don't realize that the whole G.I. Jane joke has more to do with the, you know, people are saying her hair is not short, it's bald or shaved or whatever. It's a low cut. It's not completely bald. Like, it's not clean shaven. It's a low cut. It's an extremely low cut. That's one of the points of the joke. The other point is the younger man that we've been discussing the whole time. Demi Moore left for Ashton Kutcher, if I'm not mistaken. Jada was with August Alsina. Both bald. The joke was, you know, a good joke if you knew the context. It wasn't about her condition. And a lot of people keep going to that. And I feel like that's unfair because we don't know that he knew about her condition. We don't know that all celebrities know everything about all other celebrities. We don't know everything about all celebrities. So they still people.
Exactly. And does anybody know that Chris Rock has Asperger's? Did anybody know that? Because you smacked the guy with Asperger's, which means that if you look at what Asperger's is, that means that you don't really follow body language / words correctly as other people would.
Social cues.
Yes. So does he get a pass for that? Alopecia, Asperger's. Okay. It's over. That's equal. Let's move the fuck on. There's no reason to smack anybody.
They're absolutely not. I mean, and then people want to bring up Will's past, but neglect to bring up Chris's past. Chris had a history of anger and violence against other people. People don't know his story. So, and everybody don't know. I don't know both of their stories in depth. I'm just, you know, regurgitating what I've read. So even that could be, you know, subject to be, you know, be false. But that just goes to prove the point. None of us know what they're dealing with. So for you to get up and haul off and hit this man, you don't know what you could have really got yourself into. You really don't know what you could have got yourself into. Because that
Ex-
that was I mean, you just don't do that.
Yeah, it was wrong. The optics were bad. I mean, black crime. I mean, whatever, violence. The
Hmm.
optics were just terrible. And this wasn't like some little video that somebody shot off of their damn cell phone. First things first, this was an all black produced Oscars. The first time. At least one of the hosts was black, Wanda Sykes.
Hmm.
And she even represented the alphabet community.
Yeah.
So all those things going into it, um, you know, everybody's moment was fucking rude
Yep. Oh,
because you
I was right.
couldn't control, yeah, because you couldn't control yourself for that woman, for her, the entanglement woman. Every time somebody says entanglement right now, they know what the fuck they talking about.
It's because of that situation.
Yeah. I mean, it was his own word before then, but now we know, oh, entanglement. Oh, this older lady with this younger guy. And she's married to a superstar, the biggest actor in the world. So it's a whole lot of embarrassment. And I think that Will was just reacting off of that.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better if he did something in private rather than in public like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. He could have ruined, that whole situation or even made it a beautiful moment by just reaching over, grabbing her hand, smiling at her. Mwah. If you felt some kind of way about that, make it about her then. If you're gonna defend her, defend her. You took all attention away from her. Now it's all on you and your stupid ass action that you just went up there and did. Cause you almost got your head knocked off, is what you need to realize. And then you at the after party, yeah, Big Willie style. Oh, but you was defending somebody. So now you boasting. That's not what you do if you defending somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because that's an act of, humility. Like you don't go up and defend somebody for everybody else to know that you did it.
That's how you know it wasn't a real humble action. There was no humility in it at all. It
No.
was really stupid. And I think he kind of got it 24 hours later when he apologized to Chris Rock, but he really dropped the ball by not apologizing during that acceptance speech. He's
Yeah.
gonna apologize to the fucking Academy, the white ass Academy. Like, goddamn, bro.
You
Like,
apologize
let's
to the academy and justify the slap in your acceptance speech. So your apology to Chris after that is null and void. Because you
it's
you already justified it. You literally just stood up here and cried and said why that was a reasonable thing to do.
yeah. Look, don't take your dumbass method acting up on the damn stage like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Richard, um, I don't really know much about him, but I don't think if somebody says something about his girl's hair, was he going to go up there and fight? I don't know, but I didn't see the movie, and I don't really know his life. But in either case, you not the damn movie. This is your life, so you're acting out somebody's life and what they had already done. You don't need to, like I said, method acting stops after the tape is rolling. Director says cut, finish, edit. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is done. It's now up to the editors and the producers to put that movie out. You're done as an actor. I don't want to see King Richard for another year after you acted on the movie. You're done. So, even the justification was really fucking weak to me. So I just look at it as I don't know, maybe he did some coke, maybe he was just, you know, I really think it was he was traumatized. And we see what happens when things happen behind the scenes, and then all of a sudden it's right there in your face and you just can't take it anymore. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back. And the straw is never something that's big. It's usually something that's small as hell, and you just and you just, go Incredible Hulk for no reason. But it's not because of what was said, it's because of all that previous trauma. Years and years of this red table talk. You go on Oprah, Will can't fuck me right. Why do I need to know that? Jada, why do I need to know that? Why do people outside of the Hollywood circle need to know that? That is terrible. Your wife is saying that for real? So you're the biggest movie star on the planet. You can't even enjoy it because your woman is sitting up here saying you're not good in bed. You're
less of a man than her exes.
Yeah, all of them. Even the ex that was my son's friend. Yeah, you're not even as good as him because I just wanted to feel good. I just wanted to once feel good. I would have been like, bitch, divorce. You feel good now? You feeling good? Oh, okay, divorce. I hope you feel real good out there on them streets.
That's crazy.
But I just look at him as a simp, a cuck, and a weak man. All three of them. And I don't think he gained anything from that. And I think he's seeing the backlash that, oh shit, people are not defending me.
I think he's probably seeing a little bit of both. I think he's seeing some people that are defending him because there is the narrative of, oh, well, I want a man that's going to protect me like Will. Like we started off with the defensive part of the conversation saying, he's defending his wife's honor, or he's defending her, or there's the people saying, well, I want, if it's not like this, then I don't want it. But at the same time, people say stuff and they don't realize what they're saying. Because just like when Kanye held up that picture of Pete and he said it was like a picture, like a stick figure of him standing next to Kim, and then a stick figure of Pete, and he was like, had blood on him and stuff like that. And Kanye was just standing there holding it. And people were saying, like, if it's not that Kanye kind of love, then I don't want it. People say that kind of stuff, but they don't realize what that entails. That's a lot of mental anguish that person is going through. In order for a person to blow up like that, I mean, think of a pressure cooker. You have to put so much in before it explodes like that. A volcano, so much time has to elapse before a volcano erupts again. So much pressure has to be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta endure a lot.
Exactly.
So for somebody to explode like that or react like that, that's not a good place to be. And it's not a healthy place to be. It's not a healthy way to be in a relationship. And like I said, I don't know the ins and outs of what they got going on. I just know what they show us. And what they show us is some unhealthy shit. Like they honestly let us know that, like, this is it. It's like what not to do. You remember that show, What Not to Wear? It's like a what not to do in marriage type of scenario. It's like the worst way to treat your spouse, how to lose a husband. It's like all the worst things you can do, because why would you want everybody in the world to know certain things about your mate if you say you love them unconditionally? If that's your partner, if that's your rider, that's your person, how could you belittle them and degrade them to the world, let alone to the, you doing it not only to them, but to the world, Craig. Like,
nah, it's really a bad look.
yeah.
Look, I'm sure that there are white wives in those circles who cheat. They're fucking the pool boy. They're fucking everybody, the waiter, right. Everything. And guess what? I don't fucking know about it. And they don't make white table talk and talk about it. Matter of fact, they get divorced and only their little 10 friends know about it, and that is the end of it. How come Melinda Gates didn't put out a Bill Gates table talk? She just got fucking divorced, and that was it. The end. She ain't had to go into, well, Bill, he got a small dick. And did she do all that?
I mean, even if you look at Jay-Z and Beyonce, he cheated and they stayed together. If you want to use a couple that, you know, had some infidelity and stayed together, they made albums about that shit. They made money from it. You hear me? They said, okay, we're going to put it out there because speculation is, you know what I'm saying, floating about. So we're going to put it out there, but we're going to get paid off of it.
That's the way to do it.
Kim Kardashian, I don't understand. Same type of shit.
Well, look, that's because Beyonce is not Jay-Z's enemy. And most of these other wives aren't their husband's enemy. Everybody sees that Jada is not good for Will. He is in rehab right now. Literally. And it's not for no drugs. It's for mental damn trauma.
He's broken.
So the whole thing is, and who broke you? The one I'm supposed to depend on? My supposed rock? It's sad.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be looking at the biggest movie star on the planet who just won an Oscar and be like, damn, I'm glad I'm not him.
Right.
I'm supposed to be like, man, I wish I was Will Smith. No, I do not. You don't raise a little girl to idolize somebody else. She's writing letters to a guy she never knew. I wish you were here. You weren't even born when he was here. How do you wish he was here? That's how you know it straight up comes from Jada. Your little girl is supposed to be daddy's little girl. Your little boy is saying that Tyler, Creator, is his boyfriend. This is who Jada has raised while Will was out there making the money. So, you know, like, it's kind of sad. It's really, really, really sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what else. I'll just put it to you like this. When you're doing certain things like that, the only thing I could say is that it makes us feel good to be regular ass people. Because if that's what the hell you're putting up with, shit. Damn.
Yeah.
I'd rather not be in that situation.
Yeah, definitely grateful to not have the bullshit that happens in our lives broadcast across the world. Like,
exactly.
I'd rather keep my scandals scandalous.
Them incognito scandals, like nobody don't need to know about all that shit.
Right. It's only a scandal because people find out.
Yeah, it's really sad. I really hope that he gets help.
Yeah.
And then divorces fast.
I've been hearing that a lot. I see a lot of people say that.
Well, she's not going to change. Did you see the last video they had up?
Mm-mm.
Well, he was she started recording him and he asked her not to record him in his house. He said, my social media is my bread and butter, and I wouldn't like, please don't record me.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what she did? She kept on recording him.
Mm.
So once you see that video, then you'll have, and that just happened.
Mm.
That's it. Just goes to show you what happens to a man if they have the wrong woman in their house.
That sounds like an abusive relationship, honestly.
Yeah, it's mentally abusive. And the reason why a lot of times women's abuse doesn't is not put in the forefront is because it's not overt. It's not like she's whipping his ass.
Mm.
It's never something like that. So the abuse is all up here. And
But
nobody really sees that as abuse.
but that's the thing, because there's multiple forms of abuse, and people automatically assume that if it's abuse or domestic violence, it's only physical. Well, no, that's actually not true. There's emotional, there's mental, there's of course physical, there's financial, there's sexual. I mean, there's a number of different forms of abuse that a person can experience in a domestic relationship. And it really sounds like emotional abuse and mental abuse, and there's also verbal abuse. So she's definitely doing a number of different types of abusive actions, and it's like, how much do you think a person is supposed to take? How is that supposed to help when all that a person is getting fed is bullshit? How are they supposed to have a healthy life? How is their body supposed to be strong if they're not? I mean, that's just like when the dude did supersize me and ate McDonald's and gained all that weight. And then when he stopped eating it, he got back healthy again. If you constantly feeding yourself bullshit, and no matter what form it is, music, relationships, jobs, movies, whatever it is, books, if you feeding yourself bullshit on a regular basis, you are going to start to be bullshit from the inside out. Because people say you are what you eat. And that's figurative. It's not just literal. What you put in your body. If you put it in your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your nose, however you put it into your body, you're consuming it. So you become what you consume. So he's been consuming her for a long time. Very toxic and unhealthy from what we've been shown. And that's all we can go off of, what we've been shown. And
Over 25 years, correct?
they've been married for quite some time. Mm-hmm.
Over 25 years, a quarter of a century. And that's what you've been dealing with. And she got so comfortable with it. Hey, you know what? Let me take this home trauma and put it out there in public. Good going, Jada. Now everybody knows that you're an asshole.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. It's really.
Yeah, yeah. I don't envy your position in life at all, Will Smith. Now that I've seen what you've been going through, I don't envy it at all.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, I hope the same as you, that he gets the help that he needs. I hope they all get help. Him, the kids, the parents, everybody. Because I know it's something that's, you know, probably a fluctuation of emotions and feelings for everybody. You know, sometimes they probably feel good and they're excited or happy or proud. And sometimes they're like, oh my gosh, what did this? Why did you do that? So I'm certain it's a number of different types of feelings because a lot went on. So I just hope that everybody is able to get the help and the healing that they need because that's what's important. Um, Life is way too short, and it's sad to see people go down this spiral because it doesn't end well. It doesn't end well at all. It ends, you know, with the same way Robin Williams ended, or the young lady who made the bags. I can't remember her name, but you know, all of these people have excessive amounts of money and opportunity and whatever you want to call it. No matter if you want to call it a blessing, a gift, a curse, whatever you want to call it, they have an abundance of it. And at some point, it gets to be too much. They don't know what to do, and they they can't help but internalize. And when they internalize, they have to start accepting and realizing what's real. And that reality gets to be too much, and they can't handle it. And so they do wild and crazy stuff. Some get on drugs, some drink, some gamble, some fuck a lot, some, you know, it's everybody has their vices. I just really, really hope that all of them involved in all of this can get themselves together because it's hard out here. Being a human, being alive, being a person, being here on earth is hard enough. So that slap caused, I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, like it was like a setback. It was so problematic in a number of different ways, and he made his article was he made a point, some of the same points that you were making. Defending somebody should come, you know, to someone who deserves to be defended. And when you defend a woman, that wasn't defending her. And then he said some other stuff that I mean was kind of like, eh. But I just really hope that everybody gets the help they need because that's really what's important. Because life can get to be too much for people, and I just hate to see people let it go. So I hope they
Yeah,
get
and
it
even,
together.
yeah, and I just wanted to say, in conclusion, really, like, I'm not against Will Smith, but I am against that one action that he did.
Absolutely, I concur.
Because, I'm not going to throw him completely away because of one thing. I just didn't like the fact that he couldn't snap right then and say, Chris Rock, I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been me. Well, first of all, I wouldn't have done that shit. I would have divorced Jada years ago. But in either case, even if I did do that, going up into that point in time,
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I'm sorry. Look, that was wrong of me.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. A simple sorry can take away a load. Just say you're fucking sorry.
Yeah.
You did something weak as hell. Say you're sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
It takes nothing to apologize. Just just do it, man. Be like fucking Nike. Just do it.
Yeah.
But I guess that's not masculine to say I'm sorry. Whatever. Sit
Man.
out there and make a bunch of fucking enemies and see where that gets you.
Yeah. It depends on that's subjective. Depends on who you ask. It definitely
Don't look-
depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I'm a businessman. I always have to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you keep businesses going and keep clients and keep things moving. You're
Mm-hmm.
not perfect all the time, but when you're not, you apologize about it and do better.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the human experience. It's plain and simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the incomplete cliche, when you know better, you do better. The latter part of that should say, if you want to, like, because just because you know better doesn't mean you do better in all instances. You know that eating a whole bunch of candy is gonna fuck your teeth up, but you do it anyway. A lot of people do. You know that, you know, drinking a lot of alcohol can cause cirrhosis of the liver, but you go out every weekend and get drunk. A lot of people do. We don't always do what's better just because we know it's better. We do what's better because we know it's better and we want to do what's better. The intention and the desire has to meet the action. So, you know, you gotta want to do better too. You gotta want to be present and be a part of the human experience. Otherwise, you just, gonna float along.
I like that. And I totally agree with it.
Yeah, man.
That is something to chew on mentally.
Yeah, get that proverbial food and get that all up in there.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we chopped Will and Jada up a lot. You think?
I think that was a good conversation. I think it was well worth it. I'm interested
Yeah,
in hearing what other people have to say. I know it's still a hot topic, but I am still interested in, how other people feel about some of the stuff that we talked about and how it aligns or, you know, doesn't align with their own thoughts and feelings about it.
yeah, yeah. Everybody has their opinion, and and that's the whole thing too. It's just an opinion.
Hmm.
I'm not a Hollywood insider. I'm just thinking it from, what I've seen,
Right,
which is basically what everybody else has seen.
right.
I have no new inside information on it, but you know, from what I've seen, that was fucked up, and it makes me know what not to do if I was ever in a position like that.
Hmm.
And Will is in his 50s. That's some shit you do in your 20s.
Right.
Overreacting like that. Like,
Mhm.
you're still going through lessons in your 50s, bro? For real? Okay, cool. And that just goes to show you that some people are not even mature at that age.
Right, right. Yeah. Well, we're mature.
I'm
We are
trying.
mature.
I'm trying. Every day it doesn't work all the time, but I definitely try.
Dig that. You gotta live in truth.
Oh yeah, nice shirt, nice shirt.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I guess we can wrap this thing on up. It's about that
Yeah,
time.
we just wanted to get on here and share our opinion with all of you out there. I guess this will be on YouTube, maybe on Facebook too, but definitely on YouTube. And
Yeah.
don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, do all of that stuff. All of it.
What he said.
And I am Michael X from Little Known Things YouTube channel.
I am Shay Cole from the Real Shayizms, and I'll holler at you.
Peace.